Everyone for being here. It's another edition, another session, and this is themed online safety and security. Thank you so much for being here, for joining us. Today is 8th February 2026, and we have amazing speakers lined up here. I'm sure my screen is still showing. I'm just showing one of our flyer. So we have Precious, we have Sundas, and we also have Balaji, who are going to be taking us through on how to be safe online. Yes, so let me introduce myself. I'm Ramat Lasisi. I help organizations to use technology to enable their operations and then to work seamlessly. So that's who I am. And I'm also happy to be, I'm privileged also at the same time to be driving Brain Branded. It's a community. In fact, we have many labels, but it's a community that is intentional about sharing tech skills, sharing tech knowledge, so that the world will be a better place. And we have quite a number of various arms of technology that we are sharing this knowledge about. We had previous sessions that talked about AI, but this time, for this day, we are diving into online safety and security. So thank you so much for joining us. The internet, as we know, has become part of everyone's life. How we learn, how we communicate, the way we work, even relax. But technology give us so many opportunities. Then it also comes with responsibility and risk as well that many people are not fully prepared for. So at Brain Branded, we believe that digital skills, they are not complete without digital safety. So we know, okay, we already know how to use this computer. We use different applications, our phones. We handle devices for our kids, even as simple as tablet, they use it and all. But we cannot just, do all of this without also being safe or being aware of how to keep ourselves safe. So it's not enough to even know how to use apps, browse internet, create accounts. We must know how to protect ourselves, our children, and then also our information online. So this is why sessions like this actually do matter. Today's session is designed we want it to be practical, we want it to be relatable, we want it to be, easy, right, to apply in everyday's life. So it's not like, the usual technical cybersecurity that you're looking at, but then we need to be aware of all this technology. So it's about real people, it's about real risk, real solutions. So that at the end of the day, by the end of this session, our goal is simple. We want you to be more aware. We want you to be more confident. We want you to be better equipped with the knowledge. So we have very fortunate to have three amazing speakers, and they are also right here. Speakers, Precious, we have Sundas, and then we also have Balaji, like I said earlier. So I'm going to, I want us to please stay muted. We can always engage on the chat to type our questions. We'll be here to engage the speakers and keep the session going. What they'll be taking us through today is to understand online threats, building, that's one, building safe digital habits, and then protecting families in the digital world. Yeah, just a little housekeeping, as I mentioned earlier. Let's keep muted while the speaker is presenting. They are going to be sharing their screen. You can drop your question, as I've said, and then we also have questions session at the end of each speaker, or we can take it collectively when when the three speakers are done with each of the sessions. So without further ado, I'm just going to start with Precious, and I'm just going to read her bio. Just give that to me, Lane. She's a technology consultant. She specializes in cybersecurity with experience in identifying online risks and in helping organizations and individuals strengthen their digital security. She's passionate, right? Very passionate about making cybersecurity simple, practical, and understandable. You can see that's very powerful for everyday users. Thank you so much, Precious, for being here. You can take it away from here. You can turn on your camera. Let's see your beautiful face. And I'm also here with my pen and book as usual to make notes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ramat. Please confirm if you can hear me. I'm going to try and share my screen now.
Yes, I can.
Okay, so let me turn on my camera now, and then when I start sharing my screen, I'll just...
Okay.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Precious Oluwatimi, and I'm going to be taking us through this first session. So let me just share my screen now.
Okay. It's allowing you to do that. Is it allowing you to do it already? I hope you're able to share. Okay, right.
Please, can you confirm once again if you can see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you once again. So I'm going to be taking us through awareness and understanding of online threats, how cyber criminals think, common tricks used online. By the end of, okay. Sorry, hold on. Okay, so by the end of this session, we would understand what online threats really are, how cyber criminals trick people, common scams seen every day, and some habits you can adopt to stay safe online. So, what is an online threat? Oh, sorry. Okay. An online threat is any malicious act conducted via the internet designed to steal data, disrupt digital systems, damage devices, or cause personal harm. In simple terms, it is any attempt to steal your money, steal your information, or trick you into doing something harmful. And the people that perpetrate these acts are known as cyber criminals or threat actors or scammers, as we popularly call them. And they are people that try to steal your money, steal your information, or trick you into doing something harmful over the internet. Not all of them use technology. That's something I want us to take on today. Most of the time, they could use conversation or deception as a means of doing these harmful acts. So now we have some common types of online threats. We have phishing. Phishing is the use of fraudulent emails or messages designed to trick users into revealing sensitive information. For instance, your password, your credit card information, and all that. We'll dive more into phishing as we go along with this course. Then we have malware. Malware is also known as a malicious software. These are programs that are designed to damage or gain unauthorized access to your system. I'm sure you have heard of the likes of virus, worms, Trojan horses. These are examples of malware. We also have ransomware. Ransomware is a type of malware that locks your files or that locks you out of your system and demands money before release. Then we have doxing and harassment, another type of online threats. This is when your private information is leaked to the public in order to intimidate or harm you. For instance, we know now that AI can be used to manipulate images. So let's say someone manipulates your picture that they got from social media, and then they threaten to post this online for maybe to ask for money or to just damage your reputation. That's an example of doxing and harassment. We have identity theft. This is stealing personal information to commit fraud, like opening accounts or taking out loans in your name. And this is becoming quite common. Last but not least, we have catfishing. Catfishing is when you create a fake social media account to deceive people, often for financial gain. We have heard of these Yahoo guys that trick women outside the country to fall in love with them for purpose of stealing money from them. So further into our discussion, we touch on how you can protect yourself from these online threats. Let me move to the next slide. Okay, how cyber criminals think. Uh, Earlier, I described who a cyber criminal is. I said it's anybody that attempts to steal your money, your information, or trick you into doing something harmful through the internet. One major question cyber criminals ask themselves is, how can I make this person act without thinking? How can I manipulate this person into doing something they wouldn't normally do? Now we're going to deep dive into the mindset of the cyber criminal. The first thing, they are patient and strategic. Patience and reconnaissance. A cyber criminal rarely rushes. They observe their targets. It could be for like weeks or months through social media and anyhow they can get your information. They observe you, they learn how you work, they learn your routine, and then they learn how your system works, or maybe even an organization, they like watch the day in, day out. And when they find some gaps, that is when they make their move. That's reconnaissance, pretty much. So just think of them like burglars that study a house before breaking in. You know, they'll first monitor you, they'll monitor your routine, look for some blind spots and strike. Then another core aspect is risk taking and detachment. A cyber criminal take risks when they feel safe. So they don't see their victims and they believe they can't be caught. That is why they are willing to take risks. They can use tools like VPN, fake identity, and encryption to avoid being traced. The low and slow approach. Instead of attacking loudly, a cyber criminal uses the low and slow approach. This is when like you are stealing small amounts of data over time, or you are staying unnoticed inside a system. It's just like being invisible because it's better to hide and not trigger the alarm than for you to start something and they start investigating you. Then the convenience factor. A cyber criminal will choose the easiest path. You know, they look for simple weaknesses like outdated software, weak passwords, employees that are making mistake, leaving your laptop unprotected. You share your password randomly, or just like you go out of the office and your laptop is left open, stuff like that. That is the kind of thing that they are looking for. It's like, why do I have to break a door when it's already open for me? Okay, so the last but not the least is exploiting human nature. Cyber criminals exploit human behavior because they don't just attack systems, they attack people. They take advantage of emotions like fear, trust, greed, helpfulness, curiosity, and especially urgency to trick users into clicking links, sharing passwords, and downloading malicious software. Some of the reasons why these people do this, or like the major reason could be for financial gain, but they also do it for maybe they can be driven by political beliefs, or they just want to cause chaos, or it could be that they just like the challenge of being able to bypass security and bragging about it to their peers. We'll now be discussing one of the major ways these cyber criminals gain access to their targets, which is social engineering. Let me go to the next slide. Okay, so social engineering, the core trick. What is social engineering in cybersecurity is the psychological manipulation of people into performing actions or divulging confidential information like your passwords, your credit card information, without using technical hacking methods. So it's, in simple terms, it's manipulating human behavior to gain access, money, or information. Now, how this works is they can lie, they can tell you believable stories, or they sound helpful, they sound like somebody of authority, or it could be like they can make it look like a matter of urgency so you can do something fast. Now, some common types of social engineering, phishing. I talked about phishing earlier, but it is when you send fraudulent emails and messages to trick users into divulging sensitive information. So we have some types here. We have smishing, phishing, and spear phishing. Smishing is when you do phishing through text messages, like when a scammer sends text messages pretending to be your bank, asking you to click a link. I'm pretty sure some of us have experienced something like this. Customer care will send you a message asking you to click something urgently. Or the one that even happened to me one time was, okay, this one is phishing. Phishing now. Phishing is when they talk to you over the phone, and somebody from the bank called me on the phone, and it was on a Saturday. But then I was like very young. I just opened my account for the first time, so I was already about to send my OTP. Then I just went to my dad that, oh, this person is asking me something. I need a pen. And then it's like, why is your bank customer care calling you on a Saturday, like by this time and all? And that is how I knew that, oh, okay, something is up. And then I just got the call. And I'm sure we have like different examples of that happening. They'll say that our IT support wants to help you fix something, send OTP now, and stuff like that. Then we have spear phishing. Spear phishing is more of a targeted attack. This is actually like hard to detect because they would have studied you for some time, like understand you, and then prepare a message specific to you. This one, they're not just sending random messages or broadcast messages. They are sending it to a specific person or like an organization, pretending that they want to do something good for you. Then we have pretexting. It's kind of similar to phishing, but it's when you create fabricated scenarios to steal information. Like now, sending message on WhatsApp. I saw a case recently. My mom's friend sent her a message that she needed her to send like money to somebody on her behalf. And she now said, oh, okay, no problem. Let me call you. Let's even like just before we send the money. The person now refused to communicate via phone call. Meanwhile, my mom's friend was, sorry, had been hacked, and she didn't know that that person was using the phone to ask. So assuming she has sent the money without calling or confirming, very important, always confirm and validate. Assuming she has not done that, that should have sent the huge amount of money and then later she'll be regretting and all. Then we have baiting. Baiting is when you are offered something enticing to lure users into installing malware. If you have seen like pop-up ads when you are scrolling on social media or something just pop up. You have one iPhone 17 Pro Max, click now to claim it. And then you're excited, you click, and then it says send to 10 people, you send to 10 groups, and you're sending and sending, thinking you have one iPhone 17. Meanwhile, they are cloning your device and installing malicious software through that process. That's an example of baiting. Quid pro quo is when they are offering you a service in exchange for maybe your login details, for example. I mentioned something about IT support. Let's say Microsoft is like your service will soon expire, send in your login details, let us help you update it, sounding like they actually want to help you. But then if you don't confirm, you can fall victim. We have tailgating or piggybacking. This is when an unauthorized person physically follows you into a secure area. This, you might think that this is not common, but in the days when we used to use cyber cafe, you can be done with your session and then you don't log out, and someone will now come to that same laptop to use and continue your session in your name. That's an example of piggybacking, because it might not be all the time that somebody will follow you into the office and all that. That's an example. We have dumpster diving, when a scammer can search for sensitive information in your garbage. Some offices have this machine called shredders where they regularly use documents. They have shredders that shred this information so that it's not easily accessible to people. But some places that they don't have that and they just throw sensitive information anyhow. Or on your laptop, you're no more using a document and you don't properly dispose. You don't maybe archive or encrypt the best process is to encrypt it. Attackers can get access to your system through this. We have scareware. Scareware is when users are deceived or threatened to think their systems have been infected with malware. Then they will now be prompted to install another software that will help them solve this issue. Meanwhile, that software is granting access to the cyber criminal. A real life example of this is when you are using your system and a pop-up will say you have run out of space or download this antivirus now. I see that on my phone. I have seen people that see that, and you install it. Before you know it, your phone starts misbehaving. You didn't properly validate. You didn't go to Google Play Store to actually check if these people are legit and your other devices. That is an example of scareware. We have business email compromise. This is when the attacker impersonates executives or trusted partners to manipulate you into transferring funds. Your boss, maybe their name is let me say Ramat now, and the person will now put Ramat's name, but they didn't properly spell it. And Ramat is like, this person, I need you to quickly send me this money, or I need you to quickly do this. And because you want to be in Ramat's favor, or you want her to be in her good graces. My Oga wants to do this, let me quickly do this. Meanwhile, you're sending it to the wrong person. This happens. So the most successful breaches in 2026 are likely to exploit trust, not vulnerabilities, all courtesy of artificial intelligence. This is a quote from Kevin Townsend. I discussed how like AI can be used for image manipulation, deep fakes, and the likes. It can even be used to create some of these social engineering texts, for instance, and different scenarios and tactics. AI is going to be used, is in fact is making life easier for scammers if not used rightly. So we'll now be going to some common scam messages and fake links. So I'm going to pause here. These are some common scam messages that I've most likely seen before, and I would like us to share some that we have experienced. Just a brief story, just enlighten us. I will give you room now to talk. If anyone does not talk, I'll look through the participants and pick names randomly. So we can see this. I don't have to read them. They are very common. Family emergency. Your daughter will send you a message that, mommy, I need this. You did not call her to confirm. This is my daughter. By this time, she does. I just sent her pocket money 2 weeks ago. How come she needs? Meanwhile, her phone has been hacked and your bank account suspended. They'll send you a link not through your bank's official mail. So let me just even leave it to the house. Please give me some examples that you might have come across. Should I call names?
I think you should. Not to
Okay.
make it interactive.
Good afternoon. This is Kazim.
Good
Good
afternoon, Kat.
afternoon, Kazim. Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, Precious. It's been very enjoyed it, I must say. And thank you.
Okay.
Well done. So I just want to like you said, sample, I think I've had one before where like this family emergency issue, someone have called me before actually. And it was like soliciting for help that I needed something urgently. I think the person was mentioning 200,000 that he just needed to settle something. Then he informed me back that he couldn't transfer from his account currently. So
Mm.
and what I did was I just called the number, even do a video call. If truly you are the person, you'll be able to pick and at least respond to me since you know me very well. But the guy replied, and I just bounced because I said, okay, yes, you're one of those scammers. So later on, I got to know that the phone has actually been hacked. And like
Hmm.
that. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Kazim. I need like one or two more people. Mr. Olanrewaju, then Mrs. Oluremi, please. Anyone can go ahead, anyone that is ready.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, good
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah, Zarama, thank you so much. I got the info of this
Okay.
from your status, and I'm really enjoying it. So I have a
Oh,
question. Why is I wonder how these hackers get their pictures of those, especially those people, probably in the hospital or something, trying to beg for money on WhatsApp. How do they hack into those pictures? Is it that the pictures that they of a dying child with pipes all over, trying to solicit, especially on a religious platform, trying to get money using somebody's WhatsApp message to send this message? I want to know how do they really do that? How is it through this phishing or through, I don't know, probably hacking route too, right?
Okay, so my first, does somebody else want to? Okay, so my first answer to that would be the things people post online. Like I said, you can manipulate different kind of images. So if you readily post yourself, or those people now, they post those images online. It can be real and then it could be manipulated. You can just there are a lot of images, a lot of people share their information on social media. So these hackers can go to your LinkedIn now or go to your Instagram and see one of your picture. Next thing they manipulate it with Photoshop or AI, very easy, and then they send it to your family members that are following you on Instagram or send it to your Facebook members. Like we have close connect on all these social media apps, and everybody is pretty much interconnected nowadays. That is one of the easiest ways these scammers can get your information. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, so how do we protect ourselves? Apart from the two authentication factor we do on WhatsApp, what other protection can we, do?
Okay, I'll be going into that
Into
along the line,
that later.
going
Okay,
into
all
that,
right. All right.
and my other partners will be discussing that.
It's
Thank
okay. Thank you. Thank you.
you. Okay, I saw a question here where someone asks difference between catfishing and phishing. Have we answered your question during the session, or should I still go ahead and answer, Mr.
I think
Catfish?
you can answer that,
Okay,
and then we'll
so
have.
okay, so phishing is when you use when you send out fraudulent emails or messages. We have different, it could be through like voice calls or text, WhatsApp, email, mostly creating a scenario, fabricated message and sending it out. But catfishing is creating an entire identity, not sending out mails now, creating an identity that is fake and using it to extort people, extort money, trick people into doing harmful things, stealing information. Do we understand the difference now? Thank you for your question,
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Kaz.
I did. Sorry. Then what's now the difference between the catfishing and the identity theft?
Identity theft is stealing an identity that already exists and using it to your own benefit. But catfishing is creating something fake. Do you get? One is creating an entirely fake identity to use
Yeah,
for
yeah.
malicious
I
purposes.
guess now.
But
It's
another
clear.
one is stealing somebody's, like Miss Oluwatoyin mentioned, how these people take somebody's sick picture and then use it to extort. That already exists. But when you are creating a new one, and that's when you're now catfishing.
Understood. Crystal clear. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so
All
we'll be
right.
moving on. Next, how can we identify scam messages and fake websites?
Okay. Is that your last slide because of other speakers?
Oh, sorry. Yes, pretty much second to the last or last. So, like it says here, I have some examples like we discussed earlier. Take this survey, your computer may be infected. Anything that brings about a sense of urgency, that are trying to force you to do something fast, fast. Take a pause and then verify. Always verify. So be careful with messages that say your account will be blocked, do this urgently. Then check for poor grammar or strange email addresses. Don't like rush to do things. Verify. I can't overemphasize this. Before clicking any link, check the website address. If it looks strange or has too many numbers as letters, don't open it. Then verify unexpected requests for payments. Like I said, verify. And something I didn't add here, some job sites now, they are fake. and then you go on this site, they keep your information. That's an example of you verifying. If you see a job posting from this website, go to their original website and confirm, does this job posting actually exist? Because somebody just mentioned that these job posting scams have been going on and they are more rampant now. So that is something else that we should look into. Then ways you can stay safe: be cautious with links, verify authenticity by checking for HTTPS, limit the personal information you share online, recognize social engineering tactics that create a sense of urgency, and avoid using public Wi-Fi. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I had some questions to ask you before, but my time is fast spent, so thank you.
We can take it after other
Okay,
speakers
all
as
right.
well. Yes,
Thank
yes.
you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Precious. You can use reaction to appreciate Precious for this wealth of knowledge. In fact, I never even know that there are names to all of these, cybersecurity threats. But now I've learned, I now know, the names and to be able to identify, oh, this is what this particular one is. Oh, this is phishing. Oh, this is scareware. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes. So now I will now introduce the next speaker. And our next speaker is from Pakistan. Her name is Sundas Memon. She currently works as an ICT and robotics instructor in Bravian International School, and she's an aspiring data analyst. And she has wealth of knowledge. When you're teaching, you have to have knowledge in many areas, especially even as we discuss cybersecurity today. So without further ado, excited to have you, Sundas. Thank you so much for being here. So you can take it away now.
Rahmat, and hello everyone. How are you all? And thank you for introducing me. And I hope this would be a great session together. Am I clear? Is my voice clear and audible to everyone?
Yes, you are.
All right.
And what time is it in Pakistan now? What time is it now?
It's 9:45 p.m.
Wow. Thank you for staying still.
No, okay. So I would like to share my screen before since we are getting late. So I would like to share my screen. So can you please just give me a moment to share my screen?
Okay.
Slide.
Okay, should I move to the next slide, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Can you please move it? It's not moved yet. Yes, again, move it more. Sorry, I'm so sorry for this thing. I literally am trying to share the screen, but it's not happening from my side.
That's fine.
So I hope. Okay.
So
yes. So I'm actually starting from this because Precious has already spoken about the introduction about what digital life is, how we are being scammed by different digital persons. So here I am. I'm starting from how people use digital platform for learning, day-to-day work activities. We need cybersecurity, and it's an important responsibility for everyone, not only for experts, but each and every one must have basic knowledge of how to protect themselves. In terms of their working activities, in terms of communication, in terms of transactions, in terms of each and everything. So yes, this is all about digital life and users. And moving forward to the next slide, we have cyber threats and connectivity protocols. So Ramat, can you please move that slide? Okay, yes. So cyber threats and connectivity protocols are basically the malware, viruses, and data misuse that you have. You get the examples from Precious slide deck. So she shared all the examples that how you are being phishing or how you are being scammed by the messages. So not only the messages but the links, and then we are those are very unsafe for ourselves. So we are actually getting the messages from the banks that they say, you have to share your this and that number. So this is basically a phishing activity. So we are not supposed to share our basic information everyone, no matter what. So that's what cyber threats are. And then stop using public Wi-Fi, especially in airports, in coffee shops, because those networks are not trusted one. If you are going to use those networks, try to use VPN before start using VPN before joining those public Wi-Fi, airport charges, airport Wi-Fi's and coffee shop Wi-Fi's. And also you should try to change your default password. Your password shouldn't be same throughout your different throughout your platforms. Let's say if you are using some password for your Facebook, and that's the same password for Gmail, and that is the same password for your Instagram. Stop trying to do such things. This is where you are. This would become your common password, and this is where you will get attacked by the digital threats. All right. So Ramat, move forward to the next slide, please. Thank you.
Yes, I've moved.
All right. So next we have phishing and online scams. So phishing attempts often appear as trust messages or emails. So in the phishing scams, what the messages would be look like? They look like very trusted ones. Like you are going to get those messages from the trusted person. Let's say your bank. So if your bank is sending you a message in exact same message has been sent by someone else, but and they are using the name of your bank, so that is called trusted messages and emails. So stop and they, with the help of those messages and email, if what we do is, if we press or click on those links or those messages, so what their goal is to steal your information, your personal data, by tricking users, like tricking you or you persons into clicking the fake links. By clicking those fake links, we are going to give them our personal data. So we are basically sharing our personal data by clicking on those links. So we are not going to do such things, because this is what we are this is where online security comes. Okay, so Ramat, please move forward to the next slide. So next slide is about online security and your in-depth defense mechanism. So online security is no longer about a single wall. It requires in-depth defense layer and use strong credentials. Strong credential means you are going to use strong passwords with your smart hardware habits. So here is the key insight. The key insight is, if the user is users are who? We all are users. So the users are the primary defense. Technology provides us the tools, but we are what, with our behavior, we provide the security. We are not going to do everything. We are going to see the detail of each and everything, and then we are going to do what is required. Let's say if you are getting message from someone, and he's asking you for some of your code or any of the password or something, and he's telling you that I'm speaking from the bank, or I'm speaking from this and that or whatsoever, and you are like influenced by them, and you are sharing your password. So this is what your behavior is. First, what you have to do is, first you have to see who the person is, and first you have to check about, cross check his details. Don't give his details first, ask about his details, and then try to share the things. But still, what the defense mechanism is. Revan, can you please move to the next slide? So what with the defense mechanism is how you are protecting your accounts and your data. So protecting your accounts and protecting your data means you are going to create strong passwords, and you are going to secure your devices by the help of multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication. So what multi-factor authentication is or two-factor authentication is basically the layer that we are creating above our passwords. Let's say um, we are having a password, and there is another layer that is called MFA. MFA means multi-factor authentication. So, with the help of multi-factor factor authentication, if someone is using your password, but they and then they are going to get a code. That code is under MFA. So MFA is where the layer is being put under the security password. So let's say my password is 1234567 8, and someone is, because it's a very easy password, so someone is going to steal that password very easily. But with the help of MFA, they can steal the password, but they cannot steal the code that MFA is going to give you, and that code is being shared on your phone until or unless you are not until or unless that code is not being shared with the person who is trying to steal the password. So this is the layer we are creating with the help of MFA, that is multi-factor authentication, or then we have another name for it, that is two-factor authentication. Yes, Ramit, can you please move forward? So we have the password. Yes, can you please? Yes, here is the scenario. In this scenario, we have two things. Password only, that I told, that since if we have a password, so password only password can be easily stolen or guessed, and this way your account can be accessible by another users, and there comes a security issue. The scenario B says we have a password plus MFA layer. So MFA layer is actually the safety net when the password layer is bypassed. Let's say someone is guessing your password, but again there is a code that is required. So they cannot steal your password or they cannot breach your account since you have secure your since you have secure your password with the help of MFA layer. So this is what we are. This is how we are going to secure our passwords, are each and everything, like our accounts, our passwords, our phone, everything. Like, so this is how we are going to provide the online security. Next, we have digital transactions and fraud. So again, coming to this thing, online payments and mobile transaction requires extra caution. Yes, this is very important. So extra caution means awareness can be prevent financial loss and digital fraud. Okay, so let me share a story with you. There was one of my family member. He got a phone call from someone who sounds who sounds as if he is the relative of that person, and he called and told that your brother is in ICU, and it's very important, kindly send 2.5 to 300,000 dollars. So he was like shocked, that's so much amount and how can I like share. But he was like influencing him that it's very important, there's an emergency going on, we cannot operate your brother and this and that. So what he does is, he, without cross checking this thing, and he just sent the amount, so he was scammed. Later on, when he speak to his brother and he was like asking about his health and how are you now, and I have this and that. So he said, what happened to me? I was not being into the hospital. So he asked, then who called me and with whom I have shared this much of amount. So this is where he got scammed. So what you have to do is, if someone like this called you and tell you that you're a very important person is this and that and he's in hospital, first you have to cross check with that person about whom they are talking about. Let's say if it's your aunt and she is telling you that your aunt is in hospital, call your aunt, ask her first, and then you are going to use share your amounts and share your amounts. Yes, this way you can prevent from financial loss and the fraud. So moving forward to next slide. So what are strong password protocols? We have strong password protocols here, in which we are going to use long random unique passwords. What does long unique random passwords mean? We are not going to use the simple word for this password. Simple word. Let's say if brand branded. So we are not going to use brand branded, but instead what we will use as brand branded community 123. Likewise, because long passwords and unique passwords can help you protect from getting scammed. And then avoid personal information or security question answers. Don't use common password. We have multiple numbers that are our common passwords. Like say 1 to 8 numbers, 1 2 3 4 5 6, then QWERTY, then password. Then there are some other passwords that are very common. So stop using those common passwords. Weak or reuse passwords make your accounts easier to compromise. Let's say if your passwords are weak passwords means 6 to 8 numbers, but usually the computer usually it suggests the IT persons or people suggest to use the 8 letters. But what I believe is strong passwords are more than 8 to 16 numbers, between 8 to 16 numbers, not 8 numbers. So try to use a password more than at 8 characters, which include your random combination. What random combination means? Uppercase, lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. And passphrase use 4 to 7 unrelated words. For example, since everyone know elephants can't run on the blue sky or they cannot fly, but the combination, see the combination. Elephant turns under blue sky. So this is the combination. It's a long password, long combination, and it has like multiple phrases. So that's how we can make the strong password. Please move forward to the next slide. And never, okay, so if you're keeping one password for Instagram, don't go for the same password for your Gmail account or Yahoo account or any other account. So keep your password different of each and every account. You're okay, and try to change your passwords regularly means like after 2 to 3 months, try to change your passwords, especially when you are getting breached or you are getting scammed. And the recommended password length must be, like it is often suggested, is 8 characters, but the best practice is at least 16 characters long. So it should be between 8 to 16. It should be between 8 to 12, between 8 to 16, yes. So what is your device and network security? So securing your device and networks is important to prevent cyber threats. Regular updates and safe usage of your device makes to help you maintain security. Now, what does it mean? Is you have to see when time to time the updates are being popped up into your phone. So uh, try to update your systems regular basis. Yes, next slide, please. Ramat.
Already moved. Can you see my screen?
Yes. So next slide is about the focus and responsible usage. So you have to be cautious about the links and downloadable files. Sometimes there are pop-ups come that you download this and you will get the $50,000 of the $50,000 when you are going to get the lottery of this thing. You are going to get the iPhone. You are going to get this and that. So do not try to click on those links. They are basically for like they are going to steal your information. And try to use your technology very responsibly. Don't ever press any link without the cross checking, without go into the details. Try to first see the details, what they are saying, whether it is fake or it's not fake. Likewise, can you please move forward? I guess this is the last one.
Last one here.
So okay. Yes, so cybersecurity awareness is a shared responsibility. Awareness and courageous habits helps create a safer online environment. That's all. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed this session. I would love to take your questions now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sanders. I see a question here from Emeka. It says,
Yeah.
most, if not all, AI systems employ you to download personal or business data online. How can one be cybersecurity aware with AI systems?
Hello, am I clear?
Okay. Okay.
Am I
Maybe
am I clear? Am I no,
yes, you
am I
are.
audible?
Yes, you
Okay,
are.
can you hear me? All right.
Yes, I can
So
hear you. Did
okay.
you get the question?
So yes, I got the question. Actually, most AI systems, what they do is they request users to upload personal or business information. So this will boost the productivity and this will introduce you to the cybersecurity and privacy risk. So being AI aware is not enough. Being security aware is essential part of this thing. So when AI systems ask you to upload your personal information, so avoid sharing your the personal identify number, financial records, any customer client data, login credentials, or any important documents. So what AI do is AI will take your data and mask it or anonymize it and replace the real names, emails, and numbers and placeholders, and they will be like on the high breach thing. So don't try to share the your very very personal data with AI.
Right.
Am I
Right.
clear?
Yeah, thank you so much. Very clear. It's
All
another
right.
question from Bomi,
Yes.
and he says, what secure applications can be used on our day-to-day mobile devices to curb these incidents?
All right. So for protecting your applications, you are not only going to keep the password, but you're going to use the password managers, and password managers will help you. They will help you to stop to reuse your passwords and phishing damage and your weak credentials, and also use multi-factor authentication apps. So let's say, for example, the main most widely used app is Microsoft Authenticator or Google Authenticator. Use any of these apps so to create a layer between your password, to create the layer between the password. So if when you are going to put the password, you will get another option, that is the code that you are going to get with the Microsoft Authenticator, and this will help you to secure your password.
Yeah.
So the app is Microsoft Authenticator, and I'm writing it here: Microsoft Authenticator or Google Authenticator.
Okay. 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 Thank you so much. I
Any
was just trying to type
questions?
that. Okay, I think there are no questions in here.
All right, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. So we have the last speaker, and that's
Yeah.
Bolaji Ogidon, who is coming right up now. Let me just introduce Bolaji, and then we can have him here. Okay, so Bolaji, are you here? Yes, I know you are. Okay, so
Yes.
Bolaji Ogidon is right here. I'm just trying to read your bio. I think I have it here. Okay, so Bolaji Ogidon is a cybersecurity test engineer. He has over 5 years experience working with essential software. And he's here with us this evening to take us through on another exciting part of online safety and security. Thank you. Happy to have you here.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yeah, it's
Good
nice having
evening.
everyone here today. So, sharing my screen
Okay.
a couple of minutes now.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, can everyone see my screen now?
Yes, your screen is up.
Okay. Yeah, so as Ramat mentioned earlier, my name is Bola Jokito. I'm a cybersecurity test engineer. So I'll be working all through online safety for families, kids, teens, and parents this evening.
Excuse me, can you make it a full screen?
Okay, full screen. Okay, come in. Let me.
Yes, in presentation mode. Yes,
Okay.
much better.
Is it better
Yeah,
now?
very better.
Right. All right. Thanks. Thanks for the input. Yeah. So online safety for families, kids, teens, and parents. So why online safety matters for children and teens? So teens use smartphone daily. It's a digital world, as we've all known. Then most parents these days tend to give their kids their phone compared to the 90s, whereby we have the Gen Z, then we have the millennials now. During the millennials time, when assignments are often given in school, we don't really have that luxury of using phones. We just try to check our textbooks or make our research outside the internet to give feedbacks. But these days, when assignments are often given, children tend to tell kids to use, parents often tell the kids to use their parents' phones for the assignments. So most of these phones expose kids to some potential risk, which needs to be curbed by their parents. Because if you notice, there are some apps that usually pop up on phones, which can actually be controlled by parents. For example, a betting app. So most of these betting platform often display adverts for their betting platform. Then some X-rated advert as well, often pop-ups as well. But kids doesn't really have all these patience to know what they are meant to avoid when checking through mobile. They can click anything. So these are more of the potential risks that we put children through. So as a parent, it's our duty to know about safety for these kids, what they can view when accessing the internet, what they can watch, then having a preventive measure. There is no amount of preventive measure you put in place for kids that, okay, don't click this when you are on the internet. Don't do this. They will still go beyond what you've said. They will still try to explore. That's one of the quality traits in kids. They love to explore. So it's our duty to block all these adverts ourselves. So even when they are trying to explore, they will notice they can't really have access to all those sites. Then building confidence, early education on digital safety is one crucial thing for kids again. So when we build the confidence of these children about digital security or exposing them to digital awareness, how to use mobile, it also increases their chances of um, getting something better at the same time. One, the internet does good, then also does bad at the same time. For them to have the confidence of pushing valuable or making valuable research can also help with their learning on the internet. What should never be shared online? So these days, we share different random stuffs online. There are some things that are not meant to be online, but for the fact that we just want to share stuffs online, personal information like full names, home address, school details, phone numbers, all these things should be private. So there are some parents, they don't really care about all these stuff. So they can just take picture of their kids. Probably they want to do a get ready with me video. Take the picture of the kid with the school uniform, school address, trying to keep up with a daily activities of the kids. So once you push up a sensitive data online, it's no longer within your jurisdiction. You've released it on the internet. Other people have control over it. So there are people who get details of all these things. So what are they using all these details to do? Okay, fine. You've made a daily routine of you dropping your kids probably 8 a.m. every day. That's when you drop your videos. So we have other people that have a timeline of events at the same time. So these are the information they can always use to get back to you whenever they need any information or they want to make a social engineering about you. Then we have private media. Avoid sharing private photos or videos. So there are people that doesn't really care about photos. These days, we share random stuff online. So just with your photos alone, people can create 1,000 replica of your image online. So, okay, apparently, if you have a good picture that you've shared online, that good picture you've shared online, they can make 50 of that same pictures. So that's one of the reasons we need to be careful of the kind of picture we share online, especially sharing our kids' pictures. So as an adult, we can still control some things like, okay, we can still defend most stuff, but when it comes to our kids, there are things we can't defend about them. So having someone that has picture of your kids, then creating like different events of it. So there are days we've come across some pictures of kids using kids to solicit for help. Probably this child is in serious need of a particular surgery. So these are some of the tools or pictures all these fraudsters use. So they can just use the kid picture to replicate a kind of diseases like that. Then sensitive data, never share password, financial information, or any data that could lead to identity theft or financial fraud. So stuff like password. So not everyone cares about password. Password should be taken seriously. There are people that can log in their devices. Sorry, they can log in their details on any devices. They don't care. So they'll be like, I don't have data. Please let me just log in my mail on your phone to share to check this thing. Even if you'll be using someone else's device to check your info, it's your duty to know you are meant to log out. So things like this count a lot. Or you have a phone you want to give out to your siblings or your friends. Before giving out phones, you need to erase your sensitive data. Data is what is very what is very important in everyone's life. Once you have a compromised data, you can run into a financial mess, a financial lifetime mess. So that's one of the reasons you need to take care of your data. When you know you are done with a particular devices, probably you want to give out your laptop, just erase all contents, then restore factory setting. Then permanent footprint. Remember, once content is shared online, it can be permanent and widely disseminated. So some data we shared online are actually permanent. So most people will be like, so we must have heard of some celebrities that has legal that created. So things like this, it has been created, it's going to be like that permanent. So they'll be like, we've paid some cybersecurity to help us wipe it off. No one has this copy again. So probably after like 5 years, that same person might be willing to do something. Then someone else will bring up that old video. Like last year, something came up on Twitter online. Twitter, the normal Twitter, a beggar online. So that should be like after 8 years. Then she was like, I've apologized then, but still, they still need to bring back the video back. So that's about the permanent footprint. So we need to be careful about the data we share. So once it's been released online, it can't be recalled back. Setting digital boundaries, then understanding consent. So we need to teach children to seek permission before sharing photos or personal details of others online. So there are some people that doesn't really care about consent, probably because of the the kind of place we are. Like, let's say I'm using Africa as a case study, or Nigeria. Anyone can just take your photos, like, let me just take this person photos. The person will share it online without seeking your consent. That's more like a cyber crime on its own. You have no right to take anybody for pictures, then take it, just push it online without seeking the person opinion. So that's one of the things we need to tell our kids. You don't take anybody pictures, because kids don't really understand wrong from right. So you might be in a state, or the person might be in a distressed state, which doesn't really warrant taking pictures, which they might, then it might end them up in a serious trouble. Emphasize respecting privacy, then expecting the same in return. So that was just what I just mentioned. So privacy is very important. So that's why you see most app, before you launch most app, they will seek your consent at the same time that okay, just like our devices still seek our permission before you can use mic at times, before you can use camera at times. So all these things are consent. You just don't launch um any you just don't authorize without asking for the permission. Then discuss openly what is appropriate to share and what crosses personal boundaries. So you tend to have personal conversation with your kids. Let them know what they can actually share, then what they can't share. I've seen some parents that some kids release some pictures of their parents without the authorization. I once called a parent that, why did you post this thing on your status? Then she was like, I wasn't aware. It was so person that actually took this picture, then uploaded it. So imagine your kids posting your picture while you're undressed on the internet. So stuff like that. So that was one of the reasons we need to inform these kids things they are meant to share. If you don't ask them to pick up your mobile devices, they are not meant to pick it up. Empower teens to confidently decline uncomfortable requests or resist peer pressure online. So fine, it's the internet digital world. Most parents give their kids phone these days. Then most kids have access on registering on some sites. That's when they meet people that lure them into one or two things. So you should be able to tell them you don't accept some requests online. Not all friend requests are valid. Some friend requests are bots. That's BOT, like a chat bot, more like a robot. So all these requests are being used by humans just to collect data. Parent control and self-platform tools for protection. So there are different controls app that are on mobile devices, which we can actually use. We have the utilize built-in control feature like the Google family, we can set it up on our devices. So most of these stuffs, when you have it on your devices, when your kids are visiting sites, they are not meant to visit. You can actually see it, you can track it. There's screen time. You should be able to manage your kids the duration they spend online on their devices. So it has other side effects aside the digital effects. It has its own health effect as well when they stay longer online. So you should be able to check their screen time. Okay, collect the devices, check how many hours have you spent on this particular app? Probably 3 hours, 4 hours, like that. Then choose age appropriate platforms. There are some platforms that doesn't allow kids that are below some certain age to visit. So you should be able to check all these things as well. Regularly review settings. Then review settings of all these devices. All these devices have their own settings. When you do a settings today, check if that setting is still there. If it needs amendment, then encourage open dialogue. You should be able to create conversation with your kids. You should know what they've been doing online. So some kids doesn't really check what their kids have been doing online. They don't care. All they know is, let me just give Temi this tab. So she or he won't disturb me. He has his own tab. So you should be able to do follow-up if they are actually using this tab for what they need it for. Recognizing and responding when something goes wrong. You should be able to recognize recognize signs. You should be able to know when things go wrong with your kids using some devices. Encourage communication, create communication between them, then seek support if you don't understand anything. That's why most people fall into trap of scammers. They don't seek support. They believe they know it all. What you don't know, you should ask. Hello, sorry, someone actually asked me to send this XYZ thing. No, is this how this thing is now? So you should be able to seek support on different stuffs like that. Then real stories overcoming online challenges after being bullied. So these are some of the stories which kids actually face online. Some kids have been bullied online. So that's one of the reason what I just mentioned earlier about posting pictures online. Some have issues with their like with their physical structure. So once some parents post their kids' pictures online, they tend to face cyberbullying. So these are things which we need to control. As a parent, then you need to instill this confidence in your kids. Always make them know about cyberbullying. They shouldn't bully anyone, then they should not allow anyone to bully them. Implementing parental controls to manage screen time. So parental control is something that is very important. So it's on our devices as well. For example, now, if you are using a smart TV at home, you should have a parent's Google account at home. Under that Google account you'll be using for your smart TV, you should create the kids channel. So that's where the kids should be checking in. So at no right, they have no business checking through your own account. Because on the kids channel, there's no way what the amount needed to view will appear there. Our family created a clear agreement on online rules, which effectively preventing oversharing strong foundation. So, like this part now, there should be a mutual agreement between the husband and the wife, like between both parents. You should be able to agree on what the kids are meant to watch or what the kids are not meant to watch. So, for example, there are some cartoons on Netflix which was reported to be promoting lesbianism and gayism, sometimes like that. So things like that. As a parent, you need to do some few research on your own. Not that you just be like, okay, this thing is for kids. Let them have the freedom. Let them watch what they want to watch. So you should be able to censor what they want to watch at the same time. Building digital responsibility and confidence together. Cultivating digital responsibility and confidence is a shared journey. So we should be able to, so that was what I just mentioned now. The digital responsibility is helping them digitally, creating time with them, like, okay, what are you watching? Let's watch this thing together. So that alone help you know that, okay, you are still on track. What they are watching is still on track. They are not watching things that are beyond, above their age level. Positive digital footprint guides kids in crafting a positive digital presence that opens doors to future opportunities. So, in a digital world, kids have more opportunities these days. Um, Involve them in things that will make impact. They are hackathons for kids. Kids can start learning about coding. They are coding for kids. Push them to all these things. So it's improves their brain more than creating time to watch things that doesn't really benefit them. So celebrate good use. Recognize and celebrate safe, creative, and educational use of technology. So there are apps like we have like free code camp that can teach your kids how to code online without even attending any coding boot camp. So once your kids or teens get to know about all these things, they can start attending hackathons as well. They are online hackathons. once they excel with all these things. So that's one of the celebration of good use of the internet. So at that point, you can say that, oh, I'm actually a proud parent. My kid was able to achieve this. Like, we all learned this thing online. They self-taught. Resources and support for families. So connectsafely.org. So these are actually support for families, which can also help in guiding you and your kids or setting up parental controls. Your role in keeping so safe online. Sorry. Okay, the digital world offers endless opportunities with your guidance. Children can explore it safely and confidently. So once you make the digital world safe for your kids, that's when they can be active online. Because any kid that has been bullied online or has a terrible experience online will never want to visit the internet again. Will always have this PTSD about internet. So imagine a kid being bullied. So probably a parent posts the picture of his or her kids online, then the first 100 comments was a body shaming comment. Then the kids later came across something like that. So that alone won't make the kids safe online. So that's the end of the that's the end of my slide. So let's create a safe digital world for our kids. Then let's keep a positive impact as parents. Thank you for listening. So any question?
Thank you so much, Balaji Yogidon, for this valuable insights on how we can keep, digital world safe for our kids. And you've shared, I think, of course, this slide will be available. You've shared amazing, I think you shared resources, some of these platform or portals that we can really use to celebrate our kids, like the code, free code camp and the likes of them. Thank you so much. Are there any questions? I've been looking through the chat. Are there any questions? Who would like to unmute to ask? I know we are 6 minutes ahead and we are wrapping up, but if you have any question for Balaji, and we can take that. I don't know if there's any other question we haven't answered. So someone asked question earlier. I'm not sure if we have answered that. Okay. Right. I think Bolaji handled that part very, very clear. And we cannot overemphasize it. We really need to be there for our kids. We need to support them in their digital experience. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. We are really, really happy to have you. This has been truly an engaging and insightful session. I would like to appreciate our amazing speakers for sharing their knowledge and experience with us. Thank you so much, Precious, for helping us understand, you help us understand how online threats, how it works, and how cyber criminals also think. And then thank you so much, Sanders Memon, all the way from Pakistan. Thank you. I know it will be maybe about 10 or thereabout. Thank you so much for still being here, for walking us through practical habits that help us stay safe online every day. And then thank you also to Bolaji Ogidon for reminding us the importance of digital responsibility and safety for families, kids, and teens. We truly appreciate your time, preparation for this session, your commitment, and making this session very, very impactful. To everyone who have attended, thank you. Thank you so much, for investing your digital safety. You have invested in it, your digital safety knowledge today. And as always, we'll be sharing this session recording. We'll share the slides with those who have registered. And so you can revisit the session and you can also, share the knowledge with others. So this is part of our brain branded learning series. And then we have more exciting sessions also coming soon. So please stay connected with us. Let's continue to raise digitally smart, confident, and then responsible people. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you. Bye,
Yeah,
everyone.
bye.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye.